Usually when we think about a fire, we we picture it as something that just consumes.
Right. It's destructive.
Yeah, exactly. You strike a match, it burns through a piece of wood, it turns into ash, and then it's just, well, it's gone.
Right. The energy dissipates into the air and the fire just dies out.
Right. But what if I told you there is a fire that never goes out?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, an original, eternal fire that wasn't just, a simple chemical reaction, but an actual foundational event that literally encoded the quantum fabric of our planet.
I mean, that sounds incredible.
It is. Today, we are inviting you on a journey that is going to completely shift how you view ancient history, spirituality, and even the actual physical mechanics of your own body.
We are looking at a highly advanced, deeply spiritual science today. It's a cosmic framework that connects the oldest pilgrimage spot on Earth all the way to the quantum physics of human consciousness.
And before we get into the mechanics of all this,
Oh, yeah.
I really want to set the stage for where all this incredible information is coming from.
Right, absolutely.
Everything we are exploring today, all the historical texts, the translated notes, the intricate quantum theories, they are strictly as per the meticulous research of Captain Ajit Vadakayal.
Yes. Yes.
We have a massive stack of his writings right here in front of us. And honestly, his requires us to leave our modern conventional assumptions completely at the door.
You really have to keep an open mind.
Okay, let's unpack this. To really understand this cosmic science, we first have to go back to a legendary event, an event that scattered unimaginable energy across the Earth and, well, even beyond it.
Yeah, we have to talk about the Daksha Yagam.
Yes.
The story of the Daksha Yagam is the mythological and, frankly, the energetic root of everything we're discussing today.
Right.
According to Captain's research texts, this isn't just, some fairy tale or a simple myth. It is the exact origin point of a massive scalar energy grid that covers our entire globe.
Which is just staggering to think about.
It really is. It centers around Shiva and his wife, Sakti, who is also known as Sati in this incarnation. Now, Sati was the daughter of Daksha Prajapati.
And Daksha was a king, right?
Yes, a very powerful but immensely arrogant king. And Daksha absolutely despised his renunciate son-in-law, Shiva.
Right, because Daksha was all about status and wealth and, ego. And Shiva represented the ascetic lifestyle.
Exactly. He was completely unattached to material wealth.
Which Daksha just couldn't handle.
Not at all. So, to deliberately humiliate Shiva, Daksha organizes this grand yagna.
A yagna is a massive fire ritual, a homam, right?
Yes, a huge, incredibly important fire ritual. And he invites all the gods, all the dignitaries, the royalty from across the cosmos. But he pointedly, deliberately excludes his own daughter Sati and her husband Shiva.
Which, in the ancient world, that is an unforgivable public insult.
Beyond insulting. But Sati decides to go to the ceremony anyway.
Wow, even though she wasn't invited.
Yeah. She goes, and she is met with absolute coldness. The moment she arrives, Daksha begins to publicly hurl abuse at Shiva in front of all these cosmic dignitaries.
Oh, wow. That's brutal.
And as Sati looks around this grand hall, she notices that no seat, no asan has been earmarked for her husband.
Just a complete lack of respect.
Total and absolute disrespect. In that exact moment, she realizes that this humiliation is entirely because Shiva married her.
Right.
She is consumed by a profound rage and a devastating desire to completely sever her biological ties with her arrogant father.
And this is where the story shifts from, a royal family drama into a literal cosmic event. But here is where I need you to break this down for you.
All right.
Because reading the texts, it said she spontaneously combusts. Wait, how does someone just burst into flames? Are we talking in metaphors here?
No, we are talking about a literal physical event.
Wait, really?
Yes. Through sheer will, pure intention, and extreme yogic power, Sati generates an internal heat. In the Vedic tradition, this is known as tapas.
Tapas, right.
She pushes this energy to such an absolute extreme that her physical body spontaneously combusts. She just bursts into flames.
That is wild.
And as per Captain Ajit Vadakayal, this isn't just any regular fire. This is the true, original, eternal fire.
Just absolute raw energy generated entirely from within by the power of the mind. That is staggering.
It really is. And Shiva's reaction to finding out his wife has burned herself alive is just as universe-shattering.
I can't even imagine.
His grief and his rage are incomparable. He arrives at the yagna, finds Sati's half-burnt body, and just unleashes absolute devastation.
He goes after Daksha, right?
Oh, immediately. He beheads Daksha right then and there. And just as a side note, Daksha is later revived, but he's given the head of a goat.
As a permanent mark of his foolish ego.
Exactly. But Shiva, entirely crazed with grief, he picks up Sati's lifeless body and begins to roam the universe performing the Tandava.
The Tandava, that's his fearsome cosmic dance of destruction, right?
Yes. And as he dances, the entire cosmos begins to violently tremble.
Because the sheer energetic output of his grief is literally shaking the foundations of reality.
Precisely. It's too much energy for the universe to handle. So to save the universe from completely collapsing under Shiva's wrath, Lord Vishnu has to intervene.
Okay, what does he do?
He uses his Sudarshana chakra, which is this highly advanced spinning disc-like weapon, to dismember Sati's body.
Right, to separate her from Shiva so he'll stop the dance.
Yes. And as he does this, the parts of her body fall away from Shiva's grasp. These locations where the pieces landed, they became the 54 Sakti Pitams.
The Sakti Pitams.
Right. These are intense, hyper-localized centers of power.
Wait, so this isn't just a tragic love story. It's essentially the blueprint for a cosmic grid. Sati's body parts are acting like energetic seeds being planted.
That is a brilliant way to look at it. They are energetic anchor points, but it is the scale of this grid that is truly astonishing.
Right, because they didn't just land in one country.
No. As per Captain Ajit Vadakil, out of the 54 pieces, 53 fell on Earth. But incredibly, one piece actually fell on the planet Venus.
Hold on, let me push back on that for a second. A piece of her body landing on Earth is one thing, that's planetary. But Venus,
I know, it sounds crazy.
yeah, that crosses from ancient history into sci-fi. How does the source material justify a piece of flesh reaching another planet millions of miles away?
It's a great question, but you have to stop thinking of this merely as physical flesh and bone traveling through the vacuum of space.
Okay, then what is it?
Well, in Vedic quantum terms, Sati's immolation created a localized, energetic explosion of just unfathomable power. When Vishnu intervened, he wasn't just cutting meat, he was fracturing a hyper-concentrated singularity of scalar energy.
Always.
The force of that cosmic dance and the subsequent fracturing was so immense that a massive node of that energy was literally ejected from Earth's gravity well, and it eventually anchored itself to the energetic resonance of Venus.
Wow.
It's quantum entanglement on a solar system scale.
Okay, that makes so much more sense. It's an energetic ejection, not a physical one. Wow.
Exactly.
So we have this massive cosmic origin story, this original eternal fire. The exact spot where Sati actually self-immolated, that's in Kerala, India, right?
Yes, that is the spot.
Let's trace this back to the ground, because the staggering quantum science happening right now at that very location is mind-bending.
Oh, it really is. The precise spot is called the Kottiyoor Temple in Kerala. And what's vital to understand right off the bat is that there is no magnificent, soaring, man-made building here.
Wait, really? No massive temple?
No. It is the oldest pilgrimage spot on the entire planet, identified by Lord Parashurama thousands of years ago. All that exists there physically is a Manathara.
Manathara, what is that?
It's simply a heap of stones with a Swayambhu Shivalingam right in the middle of the flowing Bhavali River.
And Swayambhu means self-born, or naturally occurring, right? It wasn't carved by human hands.
Correct. It is a meteorite stone that is naturally steeped in immense power.
Wow.
And every single year, for exactly 27 days, they hold the Vaishakha Mahotsavam festival.
Okay, I've heard of this.
Yeah. During this time, devotees do not stand on pristine marble temple floors. They stand barefoot, knee-deep in the living, flowing waters of the Bhavali River.
And they take home this very specific item at the end of it, the Odapu flower.
Yes, the Odapu flower. Interestingly, it's an artificial flower made out of bamboo, and it symbolically represents the goat beard of the decapitated king Daksha.
Tying it back to the myth.
Yes, it's a physical reminder of the tragic origins of this sacred spot.
Here's where it gets really interesting. Because standing in knee-deep water isn't just a random ritualistic quirk.
Not at all.
It's highly advanced quantum mechanics disguised as tradition.
Exactly.
According to the captain's notes, the water of the Bhavali River at this exact location flows in a very specific, deliberate pattern. It's called a Mobius coil, like a figure-8 pattern.
What's fascinating here is the sheer physics of that Mobius flow.
Yeah, explain that.
Well, water is a highly sensitive medium capable of storing memory and energy. When it flows in this opposing intersecting figure-8 pattern, the opposing electromagnetic fields actually cancel each other out.
Right.
And when electromagnetic fields cancel out, what is left behind is a massive scalar energy field.
Okay, let's pause. For those of us who aren't quantum physicists, what exactly is a scalar field? Because normally we think of electromagnetic waves traveling up and down, like ripples on a pond.
Exactly. Normal waves are directional and they lose energy over time and distance. But a scalar wave is entirely different.
How so?
It is a stationary standing wave. It doesn't travel in a direction. It simply is.
It just is. Why?
Yeah. It is a pure information-carrying wave that connects directly to the quantum zero-point field, the underlying fabric of all creation.
So the devotees standing in that figure-8 water flow are physically immersing themselves inside a naturally occurring quantum generator.
They absolutely are.
But the ancient Vedic seers didn't stop there. To amplify this scalar field, they utilize elephants.
They do. Conscious Indian elephants are deliberately walked through this flowing river water.
Wait, you're saying elephants are amplifying a quantum field? How does an animal affect quantum physics?
Through immense biological resonance.
Oh, biological resonance.
Right. An elephant is a massive biological entity with a very specific low-frequency grounding energy.
Okay, that makes sense.
As they walk through the water, their massive footfalls and their conscious presence act as a biological resonator. They actively amplify the stationary scalar waves generated by the Mobius flow of the river.
It's like an organic, living power plant. That is incredible.
It really is.
And then there is the ritual of breaking the coconut in this water. Now, a lot of people might look at breaking a coconut as just a nice, simple offering.
Right, just a tradition.
Yeah, but there is absolutely no blood sacrifice here.
Yeah.
When that coconut breaks, the water that spills out isn't just a sweet drink. The texts call it an electrolytic plasma. Wait, an electrolytic plasma? From a coconut?
Yeah.
How does the chemical composition of coconut water interact with the magnetic field to create plasma?
It's a brilliant mechanism. Coconut water inside an unbroken shell is incredibly pure, naturally sterile, and rich in specific electrolytes like potassium and sodium.
Right.
When a devotee forcefully breaks that perfectly sealed, highly conductive biological container while standing completely immersed inside a highly charged opposing magnetic scalar field.
Sounds intense.
It is. That sudden kinetic rupture causes a momentary flash of energy.
Yeah.
The electrolytes interact with the zero-point field and briefly flash into a state of plasma.
Mind blown. But the physical action of breaking it is actually secondary to the mental action, isn't it?
Completely. The physics require a trigger.
Right.
When a devotee stands in that Mobius scalar field and prepares to break the coconut, they are strictly instructed to do so with pure intention. They have to completely turn off their monkey mind.
All that internal, stressful, ego-driven chatter.
Yes. They need absolute, crystal clear focus. Because when you do that, your own biology becomes the final key. As per Captain Ajit Madakayal, human DNA, specifically fully activated 12 or 13 strand DNA, acts as a Mobius supercoil itself.
Hang on, visually, what does that mean? Are you saying our physical DNA twisting upon itself creates an electromagnetic circuit?
Exactly. The double helix and the deeper energetic strands twist in a way that perfectly mimics the figure-8 flow of the river.
Wow, so you become a microcoil inside a macrocoil.
Yes. When you align your pure, silent intention in that specific environment, your DNA acts as a transmitter.
And what does it transmit?
It sends a soliton wave of energy at the literal speed of thought directly into the fabric of space-time.
A soliton wave. So let me try an analogy here. Instead of dropping a pebble in a pond where the ripples slowly fade out and disappear,
Right.
a soliton wave is more like a localized tsunami. It maintains its exact shape and its full energy infinitely until it hits its target.
That is exactly right. It does not degrade. It carries your pure intention across the universe without losing a single fraction of its power.
You are literally wringing the tuning fork of your own consciousness, and the entire universe is forced to resonate with it.
Exactly.
It's not just a hopeful prayer whispering into the void. It's a physical quantum transmission shaping reality.
And that is the true essence of Vedic spirituality. It is not blind superstition. It is deeply grounded in the hard mechanics of the universe.
So if Kottiyoor in Kerala is the localized epicenter of this scalar energy, the exact site of the original eternal fire, Where else did Sati's massive energetic nodes land?
Oh, they went far.
Let's track this global footprint because this cosmic explosion went thousands of miles away from India.
It did. Sati's energy was scattered wide, and her heart, the very core of her being, fell in a place called Baku in modern-day Azerbaijan.
Baku. That's incredibly far.
It is. And as per Captain Ajit Vadakayo, in 7000 BC, the great Indian emperor Vikramaditya traveled to Azerbaijan.
7000 BC.
Yes, and he built the ancient Baku fire temple exactly over the precise spot